making his case. The son of missing Coral Springs resident and former FBI agent Robert Levinson takes his fight to Washington. He's asking for the government's help in returning Levinson to his loved ones. CBS 4's Carrie Codd joins us live from Coral Springs outside the family's neighborhood. Carrie.
Erica, Dan Levinson told me he believes this is the perfect time to push for his father's release because U.S. and Iranian leaders are trying to hammer out a deal over Iran's nuclear program. Dan Levinson told me he remains optimistic that he will someday soon accompany his father back here to the family's Coral Springs neighborhood.
The U.S. has a moral obligation to help bring him home.
Dan Levinson, one of Robert Levinson's sons, testified before the House Committee on Foreign Affairs on Tuesday. Levinson said that with U.S. and Iranian leaders hammering out a potential deal on Iran's nuclear program, there's never been a better time to push for his father's release.
In fact, we implore negotiators to take a more aggressive approach than merely asking for Iran's help in locating him.
Dan Levinson sat with family members of 3 other Americans whose loved ones are being held in Iran. He fears that if the nuclear deal falls apart with Iran, the families will lose whatever leverage they have.
We believe that if the Iranian government had the will and motivation to locate my father and send him home, they most certainly could.
Robert Levinson disappeared in 2007 in Iran while working as a private investigator and as a consultant for the CIA. In 2010, the family received video and pictures of Levinson detained, but not a word since. Dan Levinson said this beloved husband, father, and grandfather has missed more family milestones than they can count in the 3,007 days since he disappeared.
My father is the longest held hostage in American history.
And as the clock ticks down on a possible deal between the U.S. and Iran on Iran's nuclear capability, Levinson sees a window of opportunity for his father to be released.
There's so much engagement going on right now between our two governments, and it's the right time to really ramp up the pressure on both sides to get my dad home.
And there is a $5 million reward out there for information that leads to the safe return of Robert Levinson. Dan Levinson told me he plans to stay in Washington for the next few days, continue meeting with government leaders in hopes of keeping the pressure up and winning his father's release. Live in Coral Springs, Carrie Codd, CBS 4 News.
Carrie, thank you. And next at 6, she was killed in a chain